Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Every year, during the month of Ramadan, we send out a daily short audio on various topics. And last year, Ramadan, the topic which we had discussed was short biographies of the Sahaba radiallahu anhum. So each day in Ramadan, we send out a short audio on one of the lives of one of the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. So Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Umar radiallahu anhu, and so on and so forth. So that we can get to know the Sahaba radiallahu anhum better and so that we may follow them. And the year before that, we had touched upon various masail relating to fasting. For this year, inshallah ta'ala, the topic that we will be touching upon is the brief biographies of the ulama throughout the ages, primarily focusing on the classical ulama, because we have lost touch with who the scholars really are. We may hear names Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, Imam Ahmad, Imam Bukhari, but what do we really know about them? What were their real names? Where did they live? Nothing of the sort do we really know about them. Some people may know some, and others may not even know what their real names are. And it does not behove us to go through our lives not knowing who these people were, because they were not just some random people who lived there and passed away and that was it. They are the ones who spent every moment of every hour of every day in the obedience of Allah, in the learning and the teaching of the deen. They codified the deen. They struggled and strived and traveled from the east to the west of the Islamic world to make certain that they gathered every hadith and derived every law of this deen, so that myself and yourself can today open up a book, go to a scholar, and we have the answers at our fingertips. Were it not for them, were they to have copyright protected their works or anything of that sort, today perhaps not even a quarter of us would have been Muslim. Islam, how we know it today, would not have existed. There would not have existed the books of ahadith, because some imam came along and he copyright protected it, so nobody could benefit from the ahadith thereafter. Like we find in today's time, a person will write a 2-page article and put a copyright protection. You can't copy it, you can't photostat it, you can't put it online, you can't make benefit of it. Royalties go to the author. Imagine if that was the case when it came to matters of the deen and the classical kitabs which today we use, all the books of hadith, the books of fiqh, the books of aqidah, and all of these things. If they were treated in the same manner by those scholars, what Islam would we have had today? So it is necessary for us to understand who they were, what effort they made, how much knowledge they had. Today we find it also so common that a person will be dismissive towards the ulama of the past. It's like they were men, I'm a man, why must I listen to them? I read the Quran myself here in English, some translation I come across, and that's the way people tend to go through their lives. And that is not the way that a Muslim is supposed to be. And the reason why we do that is because we don't know their rank and their status and how much they sacrificed on a daily basis, so that myself and yourself today can sit with ease and have the deen at our fingertips. Imagine if we were to be deriving the Quran and the Sunnah, the Masail from the Quran and Sunnah. There are ahadith which are a handful of words on a topic that may not even seem like anything to us. We may look upon it and just do a verbatim translation and pass on and not be able to derive a single law. And when those same ulama of the past would look at that same hadith, they would derive over 30 laws from that same 5 words that we didn't think nothing about. That is the difference in the brains that Allah gave them versus what we have. So it is our duty to know who these pious people were, to know who these ulama were, to know what efforts and sacrifice they put into this deen, that today the deen is easy for us, that today we can say we are Hanafi or we are Shafi'i, Maliki, Hanbali, we follow this year, we open hadith is reported in Bukhari, the hadith is over here, it's found in this book of fiqh or that book of tafsir and stuff of the sort. And the only reason we can do this is because those ulama sacrificed. If they hadn't sacrificed, we would have had nothing today. So inshallah ta'ala, during the course of this Ramadan 1440, we will touch briefly on the lives of different ulama, starting from the early days and passing through the years as it goes along. May Allah grant us the understanding and give us the love for these people, because they are the pious people who are close to Allah. So may Allah make us them close to us as well. As the great Imam said, أحب الصالحين ولست منهم لعل الله يرزقني صلاحا. I love the pious people even though I am not amongst them. I am not fit to be mentioned in their ranks, but I love them in the hope that Allah may one day grant me piety as well. So may Allah grant us all that piety and raise us with these people so that we may all be in that gathering مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. آمين يا رب العالمين. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.